Albert Einstein may or may not have called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. The attribution is disputed. But the mathematical truth behind the quote is not. Compound interest is the most powerful force in personal finance. It will either work for you over decades, turning small consistent deposits into generational wealth, or it will work against you, turning a manageable credit card balance into a years-long debt trap. Both of those outcomes involve the exact same mathematical principle. The only difference is which side of the equation you are on. Today we are going to cover both sides, with exact numbers, so you understand precisely what is happening to your money right now. Let me start with a clear definition before the numbers. Compound interest means you earn returns not just on your original investment, your principal, but also on all the returns you have already earned. Your gains generate their own gains. The effect is invisible at first and then suddenly enormous. Here is a simple example. You invest $10,000 at 10% annual return. Year 1, $10,000 becomes $11,000. You earned $1,000. Year 2, $11,000 becomes $12,100. You earned $1,100 more than year 1 on the same initial investment. Year 5, $16,105. Year 10, $25,937. Year 20, $67,275. Year 30, $174,494. Notice what happened. In the first decade, $10,000 became $25,937, a gain of about $16,000. In the next decade, it went from $25,937 to $67,275, a gain of about $41,000 on the same original investment. In the third decade, it went from $67,275 to $174,494, a gain of over $107,000. The growth accelerates over time because you are earning returns on an ever larger base. That acceleration is the compounding effect. It is slow to feel meaningful and then it becomes staggering. The most important variable in compounding is time. Not rate of return. Not how much you invest. Time. Let me show you this with a comparison that is widely cited in financial education for a reason, because the numbers are genuinely shocking. Investor A, we will call her Alex, starts investing $300 per month at age 25. She invests for 35 years until retirement at 60. Average annual return, 10%. Total contributions, $126,000. Balance at 60, approximately $997,000. Just under $1 million. Investor B, Jordan, also starts investing $300 per month but starts at age 35 instead. He invests for 25 years until the same retirement age of 60. Total contributions, $90,000. Balance at 60, approximately $354,000. Alex contributes only $36,000 more than Jordan over her investing life. But her retirement balance is $643,000 higher. The 10-year head start was worth $643,000. Not because she invested more, she invested $126,000 versus Jordan's $90,000. But because compound interest had 10 more years to double and redouble her money. Put differently, those first 10 years of $300 per month, $36,000 in contributions, generated an additional $643,000 at retirement. Each of those early dollars was worth approximately 18 times as much as a dollar contributed 10 years later. This is why starting early is not just important, it is the dominant variable. You can compensate for a lot of financial mistakes later in life, but you cannot manufacture time. The years you miss in your 20s and early 30s cannot be bought back. There is a fast mental math shortcut for understanding compounding called the Rule of 72. It tells you how long it takes for an investment to double in value. Divide 72 by your annual rate of return, and you get the approximate number of years to double. At 6% return, 72 divided by 6 is equal to 12 years to double. At 10% return, 72 divided by 10 is equal to 7.2 years to double. At 12% return, 72 divided by 12 is equal to 6 years to double. Starting with $50,000 at 10%, it doubles to $100,000 in 7.2 years. Doubles again to $200,000 by year 14.4. Doubles again to $400,000 by year 21.6. Doubles to $800,000 by year 28.8. Now flip it. The rule of 72 works exactly the same way for debt. Credit card at 24% APR, 72 divided by 24 is equal to 3 years for your balance to double if you are not paying it down. A $5,000 balance becomes $10,000 in 3 years. Becomes $20,000 in 6 years. The math is identical, just working against you. Now let us look at compound interest from the debt side, because this is where most Americans are losing money right now. The average credit card interest rate in the United States as of early 2026 is approximately 21% to 24% APR. That rate compounds monthly 1.75% to 2% per month on your outstanding balance. Here is how this compounds. You carry a $5,000 balance at 22% APR. If you make no additional purchases and pay only the minimum payment, typically 2% of the balance or $25, whichever is greater, here is what happens. Minimum payment in month 1, approximately $100. Of that $100, roughly $92 goes to interest. Only $8 goes to principal. You are effectively paying $100 per month and reducing your debt by $8. The credit card company will send you a statement showing your balance barely moving. They are legally required to include an estimated time to pay off disclosure. Federal law mandated this after the 2009 Card Act. But most people do not read it. If they did, they would see something alarming. Let me give you the exact calculation on a $5,000 credit card balance at 24% APR, paying minimum only. Time to pay off, approximately 17 years and 2 months. Total interest paid, approximately $8,023. You borrowed $5,000. You paid back $13,023. You paid $8,023 in interest, 160% of the original balance, just for the privilege of making minimum payments over 17 years. Now increase the payment to $200 per month, double the minimum. Time to pay off, 2 years and 10 months. Total interest paid, approximately $1,690. You saved over $6,300 in interest and eliminated the debt 14 years earlier. The only change was paying an extra $100 per month. That is the power of compound interest running in reverse. The longer you allow it to run, the more it extracts. The faster you attack it, the less it takes. The credit card companies understand this math perfectly. They designed the minimum payment system knowing that it maximizes the interest they collect. It is not an oversight. It is the business model. The mathematics of compound interest reveals the simplest, least exciting, and most reliable path to becoming a millionaire. It does not require stock picking, crypto, or getting lucky with a startup. $400 per month, invested from age 25 to age 65, in a total market index fund averaging 10% annual return. Total invested, $192,000 over 40 years. Final balance, approximately $2,527,000. You contributed $192,000. Compound interest generated the other $2,335,000. That is the boring millionaire path. No genius required. No lucky bets. No insider information. Consistent, automated, ignored. The people who build wealth this way do not have a story. There is no moment of triumph, no pivot. They just started in their 20s, automated a transfer, and did not touch it. The wealth is invisible while it is building because the compounding curve is flat for so long. At year 10, you have maybe $90,000, underwhelming for a decade of discipline. At year 20, $280,000, better, not spectacular. At year 30, $810,000, now it is serious. At year 40, $2.5 million. The reward for patience is not linear. It is exponential, and it arrives entirely in the back half. This is also why people who panic and stop investing during a downturn are harming themselves so severely. They are often pulling out right before the period when compounding would have had its greatest effect. You are always on one side of compound interest. Sometimes both simultaneously. The question is which side dominates. The playbook is straightforward. Step 1. Eliminate high-interest debt aggressively. Any debt above 7% APR, and certainly anything above 15%, is mathematically destroying wealth faster than most investments can rebuild it. Pay it off before investing beyond your employer match. Step 2. Start the investing side as early as possible. Even $100 per month at 22 years old produces meaningfully more than $400 per month starting at 32. Time is the input you cannot replace. Step 3. Automate. The behavioral research is consistent. People who automate their investments accumulate significantly more than those who invest manually and sporadically. Automation removes the decision from each month. The money moves before you can think about spending it. Step 4. Do not interrupt the compounding. Market downturns are temporary. Selling locks in losses and removes your capital from the market right when future gains are most available. In every major market correction in the last 100 years, the S&P 500 recovered and went on to new highs. Staying invested is not passive, it is the active choice that matters most. Compound interest does not care about your income, your education, your connections, or your luck. It cares about time and rate. You control the rate by choosing low-cost, diversified index funds over high-fee products. You control the time by starting now. Every day you wait costs something. Every high-interest dollar of debt costs something. The math is not punishing, it is just precise. And it works for anyone willing to let it. Word count, 1-330 duration, 10-minute end card. Next video, the side hustle reality nobody talks about, real P&L numbers.